Welcome back. The questions are still coming in about vaccines. Let's get right to the next question for infectious disease specialist Dr. Michael Calderwood. So we have one coming in from Mel, doctor, saying, my 6-year-old grandson lives with us. We are both vaccinated. Am I being overprotective and not allowing him to visit an unvaccinated aunt and uncle?
So, this really comes into what we can do with others that are vaccinated and unvaccinated. For individual visits, so one vaccinated family visiting with another unvaccinated family, this risk is probably not very high. It's as you increase the number of people, so you have multiple families that are coming together where they're not vaccinated, particularly as you go into indoor environments and remove masks from that equation. Everyone's going to kind of come up with their own risk equation. It obviously is, without much risk if everyone's vaccinated. That is the best situation. But in terms of small group gatherings, in general, one vaccinated and one unvaccinated family is okay, as long as you don't have individuals in that household that are at higher risk for infection.
Yeah, good point there. Have you seen any evidence of vaccines helping people with COVID long haul symptoms?
So this is actually an area that we are beginning to get some encouraging data, and it does look like the vaccines have some impact in terms of reducing those long haul symptoms. I don't think that we have the definitive data, but at least the early signs are suggesting that.
I know the research is still coming in on this one, but here's the question. Why would people need to get another booster shot?
So, I think of this very similar to how I think about the flu shot. And so we're used to getting flu shots once a year. And part of that is that over time, the effectiveness of the vaccine in terms of its priming of your immune system can wear off. And the other part of that is that we know that the virus is changing over time. We hear about these new variants that are coming both from other areas of the United States and other countries. And so we need to modify to make sure that you have the most up-to-date protection. I do suspect that we will see boosters being a common thing. The general feeling is it will be on that once a year sort of cadence. It may not be that you get 2 shots like you did at the start, and it may just be 1. We'll get more information. We're obviously trying to make sure everyone gets their first chance to get these vaccines. But as we move to the fall, boosters will be a big part of the conversation.
You talked about the variants. We actually have a question coming in about this, asking how prevalent are the variants in New Hampshire, and how would we know if we'd been infected by a variant versus the original strain of COVID?
So we had expected that the B.1.1.7 variant that came out of the United Kingdom would be the majority variant across the United States by around March, and we kind of by about mid-March that was the case. And so if you look at the original virus versus the B.1.1.7, we really pretty much 60 to 70% of all the virus right now in the US is that UK variant. Now the benefit there is that our vaccines are very effective against that variant. We're keeping a close eye on the kind of P1 variant out of Brazil and a emerging variant out of India. Thankfully, it looks like vaccines are still effective, although they may drop down to about 70% effectiveness. And so that is part of the reason we need to think about modifications in the future for these vaccines.
All right, Dr. Calderwood, thank you so much for your time. Always great to talk to you. Have a great night.
Have a good night.